Yeah, you're welcome back. It's still your boy Brain, Mr. Hurricane on Get Fit on Black Drum TV. Like I said, this is the show where we help you get your body to its optimum level. So if you want to get more tips and more, just follow me on FITWITBRAIN or watch us on Black Drum TV. So that's what's up. Today, we'll be doing another workout session, and this time around, we'll be working on the lower body, that's the legs. So it's going to be exciting. When I come back, I'll be here with two of my friends to take you on today's workout. I'll be right back. All right, guys, you're welcome back. Like I said, I was going to be here with two of my friends, and I got Brandon and Antoinette with me. So we'll be doing this leg workout together, and it's going to be intense, trust me, but you're going to love it. So we're starting with the calves. The calves is one muscle group that is very neglected, but it's very important. So we're working on this. This is where we call the calves. So this is how we do it. You push your heel off this way, and then stand on it. So we're going like this, activating this part of the legs, the calves. So that's what's up. We're going in 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Now, shake it off. So we're going straight to squats. The squats is like one of the most common workouts for legs, and it targets your quads, your glutes, and your hamstrings. It's very good workout for you. It helps you get your whole leg working. So let's go. What we do is your legs in this position, you go down, deep squats, and then come back up. Go down, all the way down, and then come back up. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure that you squeeze your glutes when you come up. 8, 9, 10. Let's go, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So, leg workout is always very intense. It's going to get all your body working. It's one part of the body that you work on that affects your whole body. So you're going to be feeling a little bit strenuous when you do this, but you're going to love it. It's going to help you a lot. So it's help you get stronger when you do this. So this time around, we're going to open and close squats. It's another variation of squats. So we're going in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Down, close. Open and close. Let's go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, and 10. All right, shake it off. You'll be feeling a little bit of pain in your leg. It's very normal. This is very normal. Just shake it off. Rest for a few seconds before you go on to the next session. All right. So this time around, we'll be doing lunges, reverse lunges. So let's do lunges. Lunges first, then we'll do reverse lunges. Lunges is you come up with one leg down and then take it back. Come up with the other leg go down, and then take it back. That's lunges. You're targeting your quads. These are your quads, these muscles here. You get it activated. So you ready, guys? 3, 2, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. So this is good to activate your quads. Just shake it up. Shake it up. You're gonna be feeling pain, but it's quite normal. Like they say, no pain, no gain. All right, so this time around, we're doing reverse lunges. So reverse lunges is, instead of going forward, we're going backwards. Go back, and then move backwards. That's reverse lunges. So we do it in 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, that's it for reverse lunges. Shake it up. All right, so we're going to one of the most difficult leg workouts, and that's called jump squats. Jump squats are very like normal squats, but then you have to jump up and lift your body when you go up. All right, let's do this. Let me give you an example of jump squats. You go down and then push up. Down and then up. That's it for jump squats. So we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yeah, this is the lost trainers than all the other variations of sports that we've been doing. So take time and take a rest. You can take a rest for like a minute or two and then come back to the workout. All right? You good? You good? All right, so this time around, we're going to jump lunges. It's a lot more difficult to sort of like the jump squats. So take your breath. And don't forget to breathe when you're doing all this workout because you need oxygen inside you. So breathe in with your nose and out with your mouth when you're doing this. You ready? So we're doing jump lunges. And how you do jump lunges is more like the normal lunges, but then you jump with it, like this. All right, that's jump lunges. We're going through that. Ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. That's jump lunges. Yeah, Brenda loves that. It's a very, 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 very strenuous workout, but it's very good for you. It's very good to keep your quads working, to keep blood pumping in your quads, and to help your muscle grow. Okay? A lot of people find it difficult to grow their legs, but if you could do this workout judiciously, I'm sure you're going to get the results that you need. All right. So this time around, we're going to side lunges. And how you do the side lunges is you spread your legs and then you go down this way in a lunge position. Go down this way in a lunge position. So that's side lunges. What? Yeah, we're going right and then to the left. All right, you ready? Spread your legs. You go this way and then this way. All right, you ready, guys? Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 5. Up. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. Let's go. 7. 8. Let's go. 9. 5 more, guys. 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. All right, that's it for side lunges. I know these workouts are strenuous, and the legs are one of the most difficult muscles to build. And if you build your legs, I'm sure you're going to love them because you're going to be strong on the ground. When you have a very good lower body weight, it's very good for you to have a strong physique. All right, so we're doing one more variation of squats, and then we're good for the day. Just take your time to rest for a bit before you do this because it's a lot strenuous, so you need to take your time with this. All right, just stretch it. Just kick off the strain, and then we'll be done with this. All right, so this time we're going back to the closed and open squats. How we do this is you put your legs together, squat, and then open it, and then squat. Bring it together, squat, open it, and then squat. So that's it. That's the last workout for the day. So let's go. This is strenuous too, but we got this. We got this, yeah? Anto, we got this, yeah? So let's go. 3, 2, 1. Close first. Let's go. Close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, that's it, guys. That's it for legs. I told you it was going to be exciting. I know it's a little bit strenuous, but you'll love it. You'll love the results when you get them. So thank you, Anto, and thank you, Brendan, for doing this with me. So I'll be right back at you. Peace. All right, guys, so that's it for today. I know you had an exciting one with that. It's a little bit strenuous, I know, but you will love it. Okay, that's what's up. It's still your boy Brain, Mr. Hurricane. And if you love what I'm wearing, you can get it on Fits with Brain. That's FITWITBRN. Just send me a DM, okay? And this is Get Fit on Black Drum TV. You can follow us on official Black Drum TV on Instagram, and you can watch on YouTube at Black Drum TV. Peace and love, guys. I'll see you soon.
A Epistemologic Events presents Princess Live at Moson Center. Date Sunday 14th November 2021. Time 5 p.m. prompt. Featuring Kofi, Josh Too Funny, Efewari Boy, J1, Vector, and many more. Tickets 10,000 naira. VIP 20,000 naira. Table for 10, 500,000 naira. Tickets available at David Wedge, Lekki, Bear Hawks Cafe, Ikeja City Mall, Jimmy Tex Fabric, 15 Adenira Ogusoya. Media support
Black Drum TV.
Princess Live. Nothing but the truth.
All right, a beautiful morning to you. Welcome to the show where we bring you premium and wonderful updates from across Africa. It's Hello Africa. My name is Favor Aya, but I like to be called Favorite. With me on the show is Adebisi Belumi, who happens to be a co-host on the show today. Bisi, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Good morning. How are you doing?
It's a warm morning, so I can only say
I won't exactly call it warm. I won't exactly call it warm, but hey, it's a beautiful morning. Wednesday, November 10th, 2021.
Okay, so if you're in your office, wherever you are across Africa, you can join us on the show this morning via the link in the description and be a part of our conversation, as we have a lineup of events and stories
segments
to talk about, segments also as well on the show. We'll have our top stories, we'll have our sports updates, we also have an entertainment gist, a lineup of entertainment stories to bring to you. Of course, we also have a very educative segment on the show where you would get to learn something you probably never knew before, the word facts. So,
but before we start with our top stories, we'll go on a short break. And we'll be right back with our top stories. Don't go anywhere.
All right.
Get the scoop on the latest trend in the auto industry. Every show brings our viewers the opportunity to cash in on flash sales from car dealers. You see thousands of cars with stunning visuals and detailed information in order to make that big decision about your next automobile. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907, or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
Welcome back. It's still your favorite morning show, Hello Africa. My name is Adebisi Pelumi, and with me co-hosting the show is Favor Aya, who likes to be called Favorite.
Yeah, welcome on the show.
And like we promised, we'll be running through our top stories immediately we got back from the short break. So, are you ready?
Yeah, of course.
All right. Let's go to the first story. Very interesting story, actually. MTN loses. Okay, not that interesting, but well. MTN loses 7.5 million subscribers over SIM card regulations, pays 73.3 billion naira tax in, pays 73.3 billion naira tax. Wow.
Well, for me, I feel it's a very backlash on them, as they happen to be one of the most tax-paying, I think one of the highest tax-paying
is that
business
statistical, or you're just
that's of course, yeah, of course you should know, but
I don't think okay, well, one of possibly, and
maybe I would just read through and you would probably confirm.
So they lost 7.5 million subscribers.
Of course they will, because they happen to have one of the highest and biggest telecommunications.
Yeah, seen as they were like the first to get into the Nigerian market.
Exactly.
As that's way back. I mean, after the whole Nitel landline kind of.
So I wouldn't call that a fair deal for them, as things would be crumbling if the registration of SIMs and linking of NINs with SIM
cards
gets too out of hand, because the federal government has given enough time, I guess.
But at the same time, no matter the amount of time that they give, you can't expect a telecommunications company as large as MTN, with the humongous database that they have of people using their services. You can't expect them to link up all of their services, all of their subscribers in a few months. It's going to take longer than that.
Well, for me, I feel because of there are actions the federal government could take to hasten the footstep. I will blame the federal government for it because the action was taken from, I don't know where and the whole prompting came from and why the action
it was the NCC.
Was necessary, yeah. But then if this had to happen, there should be a very long time span for this to happen. I think it's been only a year since they made the declaration that people should link their SIM cards and their
NINs,
of
which the NIN
But let me
itself,
just briefly read through this.
Okay, let's just do
the
that.
federal government subscriber identification model SIM card regulation has cut off about 7.5 million subscribers year on year for the quarter ended September 30, 2021 from MTN network. With the directive going into 1 year now, the federal government has been intentional about getting every SIM card in the country linked to a national identification number. The government's deadline for mobile operators to link registered SIM cards to NINs has now been extended to the end of 2021, the 8th deadline since the process started back in December 2020, like we said earlier. Meanwhile, data from the Nigerian exchange NGX ranked MTN among the top tax-paying firms in Nigeria. Specifically, for the first half of the year, NGX said the telecommunication company paid 73.29 billion naira, which was 64% of their tax. Now you see what I was talking about. So you can imagine how much the business would be running on if they had to lose as much as 7.5 million subscribers.
What is coming to my mind now is if they're paying 73.3 billion naira as tax, and that's just 64% of their tax, what is their gross income?
For half the year.
For half the year. What is their gross income for half the year? Is it from the money we're buying data?
Of course, there's so much money in
telecoms.
But that's just as so much goes in, so much of it comes out as well because of. But let's move on.
All right, moving on to the next top story. NCC assures Nigerians of 5G network safety. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Nigerians would not want, especially with the whole.
It'll take a while to trust that information.
It'll take a while to trust 5G, especially with the whole pandemic. You know, there's a lot of rumors about the 5G being the causing factor of the outbreak of the coronavirus. It was a lot of internet rumors and unfactual stories, and it's just. Anyways, I'm one of those people that will not trust 5G for now.
Obviously, I mean, clearly, but. Let me just read through this quickly. Executive Vice Chairman, Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, Professor Umar Garba Dambata, has assured Nigerians of the safety of the 5G network. He gave assurance when he appeared before the National Assembly Joint Committee on Communications to defend NCC's 2022 632.39 billion naira budget proposal yesterday in Abuja. The pledge was sequel to the fear raised by some members of the committee regarding the new technology. So if members of the committee are also scared about this,
skeptical.
I mean, it's only natural for an average man,
average civilian citizen. So my fear for the 5G network is not that it has anything to do with the coronavirus or the pandemic.
Yeah, of course.
My fear for the 5G is the radiation, that is going to cause to the human body. If you check statistics of when we're still using like 2G to 3 point something G, the statistics of cancer that has been radiation caused, right? From internet and exposure to radio waves. If you check the statistics as a then and you check 4G statistics as at now, when 4G has come out, you see that there's a steady increase, right? There's a steady increase in the number because 4G has been around, 3G has been around for a while, 4G has also been around for a while. Now, if you increase that to 5G, I'm scared of what will happen to the human race. And seeing as you did a lot of biology,
but you're aware this has been tested in several other countries, right?
Okay, like that's what I was going to. You did biology. You did
Yeah.
a little bit of biology.
Yeah,
I
of
understand that environmental factor has a way of changing the genetic makeup of the organism to ensure its survival,
Okay.
right? So what happens when we get exposed to 10 years of 5G radiation, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years?
Okay.
In order for us to survive so that we don't keep getting cancer or any,
Exactly, so
the body would have to change its genetic makeup to produce an offspring that will be
That's
used to
not-
that.
well, I disagree with you.
It's simple biology.
It's not simple biology.
Jesus.
That's far from that. Beyond what you just said, I would like to correct. Okay, but let it not seem like I'm correcting what you said.
No,
but,
you can definitely correct.
For every new development of the 5G network or any network upgrade, there is always a test that would have been run properly for over a decade as to how much harm and danger it would cause to
You are
organisms
certain
and-
that it's over a decade that they will run this test.
Definitely over a decade. That's one of the things we were able to confirm when the 3G network came to.
That the test was for over a decade.
Do you? Anyway,
I don't think. Anyway,
Let's not buttress on this until we have proper updates.
All right,
on.
moving on to the top story. Boko Haram attacks a military base in Borno.
Okay. Sadly, suspected Boko Haram terrorists in 5-man gun trucks have attacked a military base at Tamsukawo
You're doing good.
in Kagar local council of Borno State. The Guardian gathered that the terrorists burst from the southern fringe of Sambisa forest yesterday and targeted soldiers at the base, chanting Allahu Akbar, God is great in Arabic, with the residents running for their dear lives. However, the terrorists reportedly spared. Confirmed yesterday's incident in Maiduguri, Commander Sector 3 of Civilian Joint Task Force Modu Fanami disclosed that the terrorists were in military uniform. He said the clash between the terrorists and the troops lasted for over an hour before a fighter jet along with ground troops came as reinforcement for the soldiers. Now, I had to read this to this point because I didn't know we had fire jets operating in these regions already.
No, we have fighter jets. They're not just they're like throwback fighter jets, but it's still getting done.
No, as much as we're aware there are old fighter jets that were serviced or probably brought at but then we had new ones also recently.
The new ones that we have are still throwback fighter jets. That's what I'm trying to say.
But then
we don't
I never heard.
We don't have the recent up-to-date tech kind of jets. Yeah.
But I only confirmed their operations one time. I think it was in 2019 in the east, where they had this threat from the IPOB movement saying they were going to have a serious coerce at most of the eastern states. And then I saw about 2 of those jets, one of which I confirmed was damaged during this last this lady who had this crash with one of those jets.
Was it a jet she crashed or an helicopter?
I think one person. It was either the lady or some guys from.
I know there was an helicopter crash incident. Then there was a lady crashing a jet. Was it a jet or a plane?
It was a jet with I think 2 guys from Kaduna. They left and they said they were about.
Then it's a plane.
Back.
Normally fighter jets take 1 passenger.
I'm just trying to remember which of them. And
whichever one you saw,
but then,
I can assure you it's not the recent improved military grade jets. I can assure you.
You can't assure me because you're not.
I can assure you.
I've had to watch a couple of friends who service those jets who happen to work there as engineers in one of those their cabinets or jet cabins where they park their jets or something.
Yeah, in the hangars.
So they told me the hangars. They told me how they operate and how old some of these jets were, and trust me, it's not all of it that is throwback. We're not so bad. We're not that bad.
Favorite, I am telling you that because we are not making them. We are buying them from countries that are already
used.
Exactly.
They are
so
not as
listen,
old as you
I'm not
said.
saying old like 1990s. Obviously,
You just said throwback.
By throwback, I didn't mean way back. I meant like they are not the recent military fighter jets.
let's deal with the ones we have first.
Exactly. Well, let's see what we have first. I understand that. All right. Court jails Maina 8 years for 2.1 billion naira fraud. This is fraud.
What do you mean? Oh wow! Oh wow! Okay, so the Federal High Court Abuja has sentenced former chairman of the defunct pension reform tax team, Abdul Rashid Maina, to a total of 61 years imprisonment, but to run currently for 8 years for defrauding the federal government of the sum of 2.1 billion naira. The sentence, which started...
That's a lot.
The sentence, which started from October 26th, 2019, when the 12-count charge was brought against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, meant the verdict, or the convict, began serving his 8 years term from the very date. By implication, the convict has only 5 years left of the service. Well, the ex-pension panel chief was also convicted on counts 7, 8, 9, and 10 for 3, 5, and 8 years respectively, while counts 11 and 12 received 3 years sentence each. Oh, okay.
Interesting. Moving on. The government probes 9 contracts signed in breach of due process by past governments. Okay.
Okay, so now that's the thing we talk. Anyway, let's watch how this committee would come up with.
Yeah, I think it's a story that would still go on for a while. That would, keep updating.
The federal government has constituted a panel to investigate the 9 contracts signed by previous administrations capable of undermining the nation's economy. How about the present government? How many things have they signed, and what is it?
So you see how they're working is they can't attack the present administration first because they have to go back.
They have to go back in time.
Start fixing things, step by step till they arrive at the present administration. So I'm pretty sure once this present administration has handed power over to an incoming administration, an incoming government,
but then they will now start their investigation. But then you see how much of funds these people are talking about here. Let me briefly read this so I'll bring to your notice. The Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, made the disclosure when he appeared before the Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters, chaired by Senator Okweyemi Bamidele. He pointed out that the P&ID contract signed without due process and procedure has the capacity to reap off $10 billion from Nigeria.
Wow.
Now can you hear the figures?
You know what? Let's go on a short break.
And when we come back, we'll really get back to this figure because it's really very, very interesting.
10 billion.
10 billion.
That's a lot.
All right, let's take a break.
We live in a confusing world and audiences need guardians on burning issues. Men of God give biblical interpretations to life's quandaries in every discussion. Grab a seat and let the Bible guide your thoughts. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907 or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv. How much do you know about Africa? Scratch that. Can you go head to head with other viewers and answer general questions correctly? Smart Money Live Trivia is aimed at enterprising audiences who gets rewarded while enhancing knowledge and sharpening decision-making skills. The daily game is open to all players on Black Drum TV social media handles. Fresh episodes are broadcasted from Monday to Friday on StarTimes Channel 194. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. You can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
All right, welcome back. As you can see me excited, it's because I have a good news for you. Well, welcome back on the show. And still on our top stories, I still have DBC Pelumi in the house.
Thank you.
And of course, my name is Favor Aya, like to be called Favor. This is Hello Africa. And we still have quite a good number of stories to bring to you.
Yeah, but we're
this morning.
discussing
But we're talking about something
$10
very, very
billion.
Yeah, $10 billion. That's I like the fact that BC is calling the figure.
Yeah, he stuck with $10 billion.
You're stuck with that number in your head already.
That's a lot of money.
Well, that was just that's for this year. Let me run
for
through
this
2017.
Okay. All right.
In 2017, Tribunal awarded P&ID of $6.6 billion as damages, but the amount grew to $8.9 billion, with an additional $2.3 billion in accumulated interest at 7% rate per annum. You see the way I'm calling these figures. How do you feel?
I feel
we're talking about dollars here.
Exactly, with the dollar rate striking 500 naira per dollar. That's more than 500 naira per dollar. That's a lot of money.
So that brings us to where the question: all these funds, where exactly do they go into?
I think that's what the probe is for.
Yeah. So,
but I think if the contracts have been executed, does the probe actually stop anything? Everybody has cashed
that's
out.
my point. So,
like
some of these funds are already, some of these monies are in the past. Like the initial $6.6 billion that was talked about. Yeah. That's like some 2017, how many years ago? That's like 4.
I'm pretty sure the project must have been complete, unless if the project has not been carried out and the contract was not fulfilled.
No, that's the audio project we're talking about. That's what we're talking about.
Audio projects.
Those are the projects we do not see, or they are substantially created,
but they are paid for.
Yeah, they are paid for, but we do not see evidence of proper. Yeah, so
it is where
I don't know where we're starting from and where we're going to. But then let's wish that this.
I like how you keep changing you don't hope again. Now you're wishing. Sometimes you're praying.
The federal government is able to secure some of these funds back.
Well, like I said, it's a story that is going to continue for a while. So let's just see, what this probe,
this administration,
what this probe will lead to. After probing, are people going to be persecuted? Are people going to be held responsible and accountable?
Exactly.
For it.
So and be able to.
It's not just about probing, starting to probe. What is it going to lead to? That's what we want to see. What's the end result?
All right.
All right.
Okay, we're still moving on with our stories. So this one says Vatican to lose £100 million in London building sale.
Yeah.
Here's the
thing. When I heard the Vatican to lose £100 million,
how did you feel?
Here's how I felt. Throwback to when people argue that churches in Nigeria are extorting their members and all of that.
Not knowing.
And then I now realized, okay, agreed. The Roman Catholic Church is like one of the largest in the world. They have like over 1 billion members. All right.
Of course.
But regardless, no Nigerian church, as far as I'm concerned, has a building, a single building, one as in, are you listening to this? A single building worth £200 million. That's $270 million.
Okay.
Highest is maybe 50 million or 30 million.
Relax.
I'm just saying.
You can't say.
I can't say, right?
Yeah, but
no, but in the country we know that
definitely
we know that maybe it's an accumulation.
Yeah.
An accumulation of their real estate of a particular Nigerian church. It can amount to this amount. But like one single building, I doubt. And meanwhile, it's not even like that's the total price. The total price of that building was supposed to be sold for 300 million.
Wow.
I think.
Wow. Dollars or pounds?
350 million euros actually.
Okay.
Right? But it was now 200 million pounds.
Is the building made of pure gold or
no? It's a very nice. It's in London now. There's all of taxes and all of that. It's a luxury building, by the way. It's supposed to be sold to a private equity group, bank capital for approximately 200 million pounds. But because of a scandal that occurred with a segment or a department of the Vatican involved, it was no longer valued at that 200. So like they lost 100 million pounds in the sale of that building. That's how I felt when I first read the story. Like, wow, so the church. And here's another interesting fact I would like to read out, that the Vatican has a sizable real estate portfolio, right, with figures released in July showing it owns 4,051 properties in Italy and another 1,120 in London, Paris, Geneva, and Lausanne. That's a lot of properties.
So that's where you can. There's so much money going into
Religion
churches.
bar.
Do you agree with them? I think there was it recently? I was talking to someone, I can't remember, but they were talking about churches paying tax and all of that.
The
Do
person
you
was
know how
advising
much
that
churches should begin to pay tax?
yeah, I'm of the opinion that churches and religious institutions should pay tax.
Over what exactly?
First of all, you are conducting your religious service in a government-ruled or a government-led state or country, right?
Okay.
Number one. Number two is that you're going to be using electricity.
You pay for them.
Exactly, you pay for them, but it's still value, so it's taxable.
Okay, so
And
when
even
you-
in the Bible, when Jesus Christ was taxed, he paid tax.
Okay,
He didn't argue.
no problem. I won't argue. Let's move on. Let's move on.
All right,
All right.
so-
The next story.
Yeah.
ECOWAS sustains Guinea sanctions, imposes fresh ones on Mali.
Yeah, so it's about the season of power. You know, there's been an unrest going on in Mali and Guinea and I think Sudan as well. A lot of African countries. How the transition government
Yeah,
have
we
been
talked
kicked
about
out.
and
So
military regimes. have been
Exactly. So they
taking
imposed
leadership.
some sanctions on this transition government for not properly handling the situation on
situation,
ground.
that's why,
Exactly.
yeah.
But what now pained me is that it was not only the members of the transition government that were sanctioned,
sanctioned.
but their family members as well. Their passports were seized. You know, they were removed from.
Most of the
Suspended from
times,
ECOWAS, but I recall that most of the times the family members would also be the ones to like enjoy whatever
To get-
benefit.
Do you understand? I was
just
going
like
to just remind you of our last week aid to the aid of the governor of wife
And
to the
remember,
aid of
wife to
do you
the
remember?
to the aid of the ex-governor.
Ex-governor,
I
exactly.
remember that
That's
story.
so
I
you
remember that
understand
story.
where all of
So
this
when I remember that, I was like, you know what? This is
It's
a
allowed.
decent sanction. It's a decent sanction.
All right, moving on. This one says India fire kills 4 newborn babies in hospital in Madhya Pradesh.
Yeah, it's a very sad.
Very sad story.
story.
Was it a fire outbreak?
Yeah, it was a fire outbreak that swept the newborn care unit in an hospital
Wow.
in central India, killing 4 infants. You know, there were supposed to be 40 there in that particular unit, and only 36, you know, were alive and safe.
recovered.
4 were killed. And
So sad.
and this one says, here's one I want to read actually. With an inquiry still ongoing, authorities told the press of Trust of India News Agency that a short circuit might have caused the fire. That's, you know, a sudden spark in electrical outlets or a fuse or something must have triggered.
Probably wasn't notified early enough.
Yeah, but if a short circuit will cause fire, that means the 3
must have been
elements
an
of fire
alarm or something.
is heat, fuel, and oxygen, right? Obviously, in the hospital, there's going to be oxygen. There's going to be a spark, heat, or whatever, the short circuit. But where did the fuel come from that will cause that kind of huge...
Well, you can't say the proper engineering that was carried out in the building, so maybe there were issues that probably led to the outbreak.
There's still inquiries anyway, but
In
I
hospitals,
suspect
especially now that gas is everywhere,
oxygen tanks and
all of
oxygen is
that.
like very flammable.
Very flammable, extremely flammable.
Anyways, they announced that a compensation of 400,000 rupees, $5,400, you know, for the families of the victims.
Okay.
And that's what's going to be happening.
Oh well, moving on to our next story, COP26. President Bolsonaro's no-show is no embarrassment, says Brazil-led negotiator.
All right, so when he was asked if it was embarrassing that the president, that's the lead negotiator, Bolsonaro, no, not Bolsonaro, when he was asked if the president had not attended, if it was embarrassing, Paulino de Carvalho Neto said, not really, he had other things to do. We have a huge delegation here, you know, so he was not there because he was busy. He sent a delegation there, and so they joined important initiatives, he said, in his first UK press interview since the talks began. And Brazil also boosted its 2030 emissions target. So what I've noticed is this COP26 and a lot of weather, climate change meetings that have been ongoing in the international community. A lot of them are making pledges and commitments to reduce emission as much as possible by 2030. And I think it was yesterday I was watching a CNN interview with the current president of the African Development Bank in person of Akinwumi Adesina, one of the people I respect, one of the Nigerians I respect the most. He said that the African Development Bank is committed to protecting the Sahel region of Africa, right? Saying that they're going to commit about, I think, 63 to 64% of their climate budgets, you know, to securing green energy, right? And that the difficulty is adaptation and transitioning from fossil fuel to green energy. That once they can have that solved, and it's a good thing. So it's interesting to see countries are taking climate change seriously.
We should also consider that. We should
as a country, Nigeria.
As a country,
we're doing that.
We should.
Yes,
all right. So this one says Thailand plans to reopen borders to foreign workers amid shortage.
Thailand has a labor shortage because majority of their labor force comes from illegal migrants into their country.
Are they underpopulated?
I think
so. Yeah, I think so. That's one of the countries I'm sure is underpopulated.
Yeah. So majority of their exports and what's it called? Exports and tourism economy. This export and tourism is their major source of income. Is dependent on labor. These labor are illegal migrants. So when the COVID happened, strict pandemic regulations, strict vaccination, a whole lot of restrictions. So it cut down their labor force. So there's a shortage, and in order to meet up with the demands to survive a recovering economy, they have to review the rules and regulations regarding the pandemic and see how they can bring in more migrants here to join the labor force. So so in case you want to relocate to Thailand, you can.
Oh wow, no, not yet.
All right. I'm just saying.
Up next is our entertainment gist. When we get back from this short break, we'll get right to it. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
All over the world, there are underground food spots that thrive 24/7. These are well-kept secrets that only the well-connected know about. Come with us as we go on an adventure to discover the tastes and locations of the most popular street food joints across Africa. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. Or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
Welcome back on the show. It's still Hello Africa, brought to you by Black Drum TV, a show you do not want to miss. As BC likes to call it, a breakfast show you wouldn't want to miss to start your day, of course.
Yeah, I mean, it is an interesting morning show.
Yeah, an interesting morning show. Okay, my name is Favor Aya, and of course I have our DBC Pelumi in the studio.
Thank you very much, Favor.
So we brought you top stories, our updates across Africa from news across Africa, rather. And of course, we're bringing you entertainment stories right now. Princess weeps as fellow comedians fail to support her show. Okay.
Well,
what I have to say about this is just like there's a thing with the community, the comic community in Nigeria. They always come out to show themselves a whole lot of support when it's time for events, especially for artists who will be performing in this event. The least they can do is promotions, aside whatever you will be giving them. They will support you with promotions and all of that. But for this Princess's show, I want to be very honest. I haven't really seen proper promotions for the event.
Has the event happened?
No, it's on the 14th.
It's on the 14th.
For 14th
Okay.
Right. Yeah, so it's a couple of days from today. But over a month now, I've been noticing the promotions, and it's been just terrible. Really terrible. And I agree.
You're just being blunt, straight to it.
Yeah, very straight to it. I must be honest. Because I was following up her Instagram post, and I noticed most of the artists she tagged. So I wouldn't know what is causing it. Maybe she's not paying.
I have a rough idea what might be causing it, but it's fine.
No, you can say if you...
No, I wanted you to finish explaining.
Because I feel like maybe if you probably discussed proper negotiations with them, because nothing goes for free even in free land.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a finance issue.
Because none of these artists, these are well-meaning veterans in the comedian, in the comic industry. I mean... she called several names, Alibaba, Julius Agu, several other names like that.
Top veterans.
Yeah,
I mean, when you mention Alibaba, when it comes to stand-up comedy, you've nailed it in the head.
That's like
the core king of stand-up comedy in
Nigeria.
Nigeria.
She also called him out for not being able to promote her event on
that's the problem she has. I'm going to be honest too. That is the problem she has. I can't find the right word to describe her behavior, but I strongly believe that the whole scandal that occurred with her and BBNaija and her daughter has a major role to play as she not getting the support. Exactly, because that action, however true it is, I'm not even going into the validity of that scandal or that incident, but what she has done is to cause a rift or a divide in the comedy space, and at the same time the Nollywood industry, the entertainment space. So there are people that are pro princess and the people that are pro BBNaija. Do you understand? So you can't expect that
they would give you
they
their
would now
full
willingly
support.
come out and give you that, because a lot of them would have different perspective as to how that matter would have been handled.
Yes, I agree.
That do not agree with how you handle it, right?
And for me, I feel I feel like if she was going to have an event, she should have waited a bit.
Yeah, I feel like
because
this
is
still
quite
fresh.
too soon. Yeah, it's still too soon.
A lot of people now be thinking that, did you do that to
because
just get...
you wanted to get an audience for yourself.
Do you understand? It's not like as if you're not even taking that kind of thing seriously, with the, the whole incident and how the child will feel, and if you're still trying to, like, what joke do you want to crack on stage?
How do you come back to?
How do you come back from that?
You're supposed
you're supposed to stay off.
Take a while.
Take a while. Do you get? So I'm pretty sure that's like the major causing factor that she's not getting the support that she needs. But hey, we never can tell. Things can turn around like towards the end, as in maybe on November 13th.
So now what do we do? Do we hope or do we wish?
And that's it on on
all right, this one says Travis Scott to cover funeral cost of Astroworld tragedy victims. Sadly, the victims who suffered
at that concert,
the whole death, their families are receiving certain compensations from Travis Scott, as he has,
aside from covering the funeral costs.
Well, covering the funerals is also
it's not part of it's not compensation. And I think that's the challenge that I have with the stories today. But
then the story, we haven't gotten the story fully right. And the point is, as much as they said, we saw at some point that they were injected, right, with certain things or drugs or thereabout, I don't know. But then from the story we gather, it was, I think, what's the word? The place was too jammed.
Wasn't it the story with Travis and Drake performing that there was a lot of stampede and people died?
Yes, exactly.
What I'm saying. It was not properly controlled. People are suing the organizers of the concert, right? Yeah. At the point where you saw there was an unrest in the crowd, you should have stopped.
The crowd was too
someone, a department responsible for, controlling the crowd should have notified Travis or Travis' team on stage, because obviously he cannot be in charge.
So what would they have done at that point? Because at that point,
stop the concerts.
Yeah, but
get things orderly.
Now listen, that's what I'm saying. So when you didn't manage the crowd from the start, because there's a certain, if the capacity of a facility is probably for, you are into events, you should know what I'm talking about.
When you overshoot the capacity
if this facility was to take 10,000 people,
and you overshoot
to about 15,000, you must have made arrangements for proper exits if there are emergencies
fire exits.
Now, when you have already done that,
there must have been ambulances on standby.
So when that has happened already, what are the actions you would take? Okay, well,
if I was in an event, first of all, I would not advise my clients to bring in 15,000
an extra
guests. Exactly. If you're, especially with COVID, because now there are strict COVID protocols when you're running an event. They come in, they check in your the event all you're taking. So, example, if you're having a 300 guest event, they'll tell you to take an 800 capacity hall so that everybody can be properly spaced out. Do you understand? So, one of the things you now do is, it has happened like that. Damage control. From the story, it was when Travis started performing that there was this high energy. So people started stamping. I think they were thrusting towards the stage. Ideally, a department should be responsible for overseeing the crowds while he's performing, right?
In that space,
not one person. It's going to be a department. It's going to be like a chain.
It doesn't just happen like that. Especially in that kind of crowd. It's just like in the stadium, where you have people.
Even in the stadium, there are people that move around, radioing in with securities to check. Okay, for example, when we covered the story of a mother and a son who fell off a stadium and they were killed, right? There were police people different from the securities at the gates. There were police people working in the stadium, like security people, officials, in the stadium, moving through and all of that. And even the other story we covered of someone who took a gun into a stadium and shot, all right? There was no security. It was the in-stadium securities. I don't know if you've watched football match. You see people, officials, facing the crowd, not even watching the football, facing the crowd. Those are people to control the crowd in case someone runs into the pitch or tries to.
Yeah, of course.
Before you know it, they've already pinned them down. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. On a concert, there must be that kind of.
There's a quick team.
A quick team, exactly. So what they would have done is radio the event, the stage managers of the event, and like tell the person performing to hold on. Let's get the crowd sorted. At least remove those who are falling down from the stampede and give them medical attention.
Well, things will be fine with them. All right, this one says Jeff Bezos responds to viral video of girlfriend gazing at Leonardo DiCaprio.
I saw that video.
You did?
Oh, I did. I did. Exactly. This is it. This one. That is it. She was in awe. Like she was mesmerized by DiCaprio. I mean, DiCaprio is a good guy.
I love Jeff Bezos' response to.
He said there was a cliff.
He said, of course, there's a thing. He called Leonardo the ladies, the man who takes the ladies. So referring to.
That explains why I like him.
So I mean, if I have so much money, I wouldn't even mind.
No, I'm pretty sure he didn't mind. He was just like, okay, people are tweeting about it. Let's just have fun with it. So I feel like that's what he's doing. Like, hey, Bezos, come off to this. You saw his response now.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, Bezos, I saw this. Yeah. Come, let me show you something. He was taking a picture on the edge of a cliff.
Yeah.
And the danger sign said, danger, abrupt edge, might fall off. So it was like, he tagged Leonardo and I was like, come let me show you something.
Well.
Oh my God.
BBNaija's Nina reveals why she doesn't show off her surgical enhanced butt.
I can't even remember how Nina looks like again.
Okay, that's her up there.
Yeah, but who was she?
She tried. She did a good job with Miracle in the house.
Oh, she was the one with Miracle.
They had an element together in the house. But basically, she said she enhanced her butt for herself, not for anybody. So if people were expecting her to start taking pictures and flaunting on the internet or on social media, they would wait for too long.
I'm pretty sure to be that too long.
Oh, no. She is one decent person.
Here we go.
Really do like.
DJ Case and wife Zerona welcome second child. Oh,
big congrats to them.
Shout out.
Really happy for them. All right, BBNaija star Cross drops his first ever musical project featuring Ajebota shares funky studio session. I didn't know that.
I didn't know Cross was a singer. Okay.
Interesting.
Last thing I remember about Cross was him saying he was in the U.S. military at some point in his life when he was in the United States. And now moving into music, I wish you all the best. Good luck and shout out to your career. I hope you get to that peak that you really want to get to. I think I saw a video of White Money as well, cooking something with Mastercraft.
Oh, wow, really?
You didn't see his video? It was on his Instagram story over, I think, yesterday or Monday, if I recall correctly. I think music is the way now.
Music is the way for every BBNaija housemate now. Most of the guys
are just... Tell that to Ife.
No, relax. I don't want to. I don't want to do that.
All right. Moving on. Don Jazzy Obi Kubana RMD top list of 5 celebrities who have delved into comedy skits.
I agree.
I think you see the pandemic.
Spontaneous.
The pandemic really pushed people to become
being really spontaneous
and delve deep and bring out that creative part of them. Who would know that Don Jazzy can be a comedian at some point or a comic character on skits or
a very, very, very interesting one at that. It's Obi Kubana, I didn't know.
Me neither.
That's the one that's even more shocking.
Worked with Macaroni and
I saw the video with Macaroni.
Exactly. So, I mean, they're really big ups, man. Big ups to this multi.
And still on the note of Ife, as you mentioned.
Yep.
My whole life has been against all odds.
Yes.
BBNaija season 2 winner Ife Money explains reason for EP title.
Well, I mean, he did say he would leave the fans to decide which track was the best or which track was the favorite. But I sincerely hope that this EP is a success. Too. Yeah. I sincerely hope this time.
Now you're hoping with me.
Yeah, no, not with you. But no. I mean, he has tried now. He's struggled. He's
had quite some singles that were really good.
Singles. He has paid his dues and he's out there. So I'm really rooting for Ife this time around. Shout out to his music, and I think I'll listen to his EP and give it a review.
Okay, this one's quite an old story, but then it's still a very interesting one. They would have pulled him down, Erica, on what would happen if popular TikToker Kabi Lame was in Nigeria.
You know Kabi now, do you?
Of course, I know.
Exactly.
Kabi. I enjoy his art. Kabi is doing great.
Kabi is the
definition of
the social media incarnation of Mr. Bean and this
the black version of Mr. Bean.
No, the reincarnation.
Yeah,
like,
the
social version, the internet version
of
Mr. Bean and this other guy who does Charlie. Is it Charlie Chaplin also? Yeah, both of them who don't say anything, but you get it and then you relate and you laugh. Do you understand? So that's what I feel. And then someone posted on his Instagram that Kabi guy. Let me read what he posted. That Kabi guy is like the biggest content creator in the world right now. 54 million followers. Then Erica replied, if he was Nigerian, they would try to pull him down because he didn't suffer enough and he's not even working hard enough. Why? How did we get to this level of hate in this country? I do not understand.
That's one.
Just be happy for someone doing something good, and your own good will come. It's really that simple. Maybe not that simple, but at least that's how it's supposed to be.
Well, moving on. This one.
Anita Joseph's husband dresses as Ifa priest, slams Africans celebrating Halloween and ignoring their culture. First of all, sir, MC Fish, with all due respect, do you even understand the history of Halloween? Right? Because I'm pretty sure Halloween and Ifa priest are two different things entirely. Because if I get the point he's trying to make, but it's just not using the right context. He would have said, when, for example,
how often do we
when Greece is celebrating their Olympus or their gods, festival or whatever, he can make this statement.
Okay.
Not Halloween. Halloween is a fiction of scaring people. It's just candy and pop culture where they celebrate horror movies. Character. That's all. They play dressers or cosplays and all of that. Ifa is real. Do you understand? It's part of our culture in this country. It is real. Things happen with the Ifa. You don't just dress as an Ifa and say you want to celebrate African. Hello, don't let them come for you. But anyways, let's
just move on with our stories. All right, that's it with
entertainment gist.
We'll be right back with sports update, of course. DBC Pelumi got you on that.
Aren't you tired of playing different types of games that require in-app purchases? Here's something that might bring a smile to your game face. Introducing Smart Money Live Trivia Show on TV. You play against others to win cool cash prizes weekly. Participation is simple. Follow and interact with Blackdrum TV on its social media handles. Join the live show daily on TV 8 p.m. Monday to Friday. Post all correct answers on Blackdrum TV IG page. Fastest fingers always have an advantage. That's it. You're on your way to being selected to play for massive cash in our live studio face-off. Tell your friends to tell your friends of the new trivia show that gives cash rewards. Enquiries and sponsorships, contact marketing 0808 1105 907 or marketing at blackdrum.tv.
Welcome back to your favorite morning show, Hello Africa. My name is Adibisi Pelumi, simply BC, and I'm bringing you the sports update, or rather the sports segment of today's edition of today's morning show. All right. Without further ado, let's move straight to our first, story in the sports segment. Rivers Angels defeat shows Nigerian women's football is dying, says Izelian. Former Super Falcons coach Godwin Izelian has described Rivers Angels' 3-0 defeat by Association Sports of Forces Armed Royale ASFARFC of Morocco in the inaugural CAF Women's Champions League in Egypt as a sign of decline in the nation's women's football. He said women's football is dying gradually in the country. Izelian, who led the Super Falcons to win the 2004 edition of African Women's Championship AWC in South Africa, stated that the failure in raising young players from the grassroots has greatly affected the progress of the Women's League. He noted that if sustainable structures are not put in place soon, the country would continue to face more embarrassing results at the international level. Our next story, AFN Performance Director Okorie joins team leaders tour in Oregon, USA. Newly appointed Performance Director of the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, AFN, former 400-meter hurdler Victor Okorie has joined the team leaders site visit for tour of the facilities in Eugene, Oregon, United States of America, ahead the 2020 World Athletics Championship. Okorie, the Southeast Zonal representative of the AFN board, won a lot of medals for Nigeria in his active days, including a silver at Abuja 2003 All-African Games. He also won the 400-meter hurdles at Imo 98 and Bauchi 2000 National Sports Festival and flew the nation's flag at 2003 World Athletics Championship held in Paris, France. Okorie was Middle Tennessee State University School 400-meter hurdles record holder for several years, as well as Sun Belt Conference record holder. He qualified for the Athens 2004 Olympics with an A standard but pulled out due to injury. Okorie retired with a personal best time of 49.19 seconds in the 400-meter hurdles. Eminalo favored ahead of Overmars for Newcastle job. Michael Eminalo has emerged as the leading candidate for a director of football role at Newcastle United. The new Saudi-backed ownership is looking to transform the club's structure on the footballing side of the business and is looking into creating the position. Ajax Mark Overmars had also been heavily linked with the role, as had Frank McParland, who had previously worked with Liverpool and Rangers. However, according to the Telegraph, it is the former Chelsea chief who now looks to be the favourite to take up the vacancy. Eminalo built a stellar reputation within the game during his time at Chelsea and harnessed the club's ability to create youth academy products to great success. He was also responsible for bringing in the likes of Kevin De Bruyne and Romelu Lukaku while at Stamford Bridge. Newcastle confirmed the appointment of Eddie, however, as their new lead coach on Monday afternoon, with the former Bournemouth manager signing a contract until 2024. Excuse me. Injured Pogba out of France squad for World Cup qualifiers. Manchester United midfielder Paul Pogba has been ruled out of France's upcoming World Cup qualifiers with a thigh injury suffered in training on Monday. The French Football Federation said the 28-year-old limped out of training at France's Clairefontaine base after taking a shot. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's Manchester United side are next in action on November 20th at Watford in the Premier League. The FFF said Pogba was the victim of an injury to the quadriceps of the right thigh. France hosts Kazakhstan on Saturday, knowing victory would secure a place at next year's World Cup before their final Group D game in Finland next week. Roma midfielder Jordan Vertonghen has replaced Pogba in the squad. And lastly, Okoye joins Watford on 5-year deal. Super Eagles #1 goalkeeper Maduka Okoye has expressed his delight at the prospect of playing in the Premier League after joining Watford. The Hornets announced on Monday that the 22-year-old Nigerian had signed a 5.5-year contract from Eredivisie club Sparta Rotterdam, but has been loaned back to the Dutch side until the end of the season. Okoye, who has only kept one clean sheet in 13 appearances for Sparta this season, has taken to social media after sealing the move. He said, and I quote, "I am overwhelmed to sign for Watford and to play the Premier League. And to play in the Premier League is something I've been dreaming about since I was a little boy." Okoye wrote on his Instagram page, "I can't wait to get started with the team upcoming season 2022-2023 season, and I wish the club all the best for the rest of the season. See you soon." And that's a wrap on our sports segment brought to you by Blackdrum TV from your favorite morning show, Hello Africa. Stick around after this short break. We're bringing you the Word Fact segment with Favor, who likes to be called Favorites. Don't go anywhere.
Make no plans for movie night until you have watched our reviews and recommendations. No punches are pulled in, telling viewers what they need to dodge and what they will love. Fresh episodes updated as fast as new movie titles are released. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907, or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
Where's my dad?
I want to get you out of real life.
I'm going to get you out of here alone.
Epistemologic Events presents Princess Live at Moson Center. Date Sunday 14th November 2021. Time 5 p.m. prompt. Featuring Kofi, Just Too Funny, Efewari Boy, J1, Vector, and many more. Tickets 10,000 naira. VIP 20,000 naira. Table for 10, 500,000 naira. Tickets available at David Wedge, Lekki, Bear Hawks Cafe, Ikeja City Mall, Jimitex Fabric, 15 Adenira Ogusoya. Media support
Black Drum TV.
Princess Live. Nothing but the truth.
Welcome back to your morning show, Hello Africa, brought to you by Black Drum TV. My name is Adebisi Pelumi, simply BC, and with me on the show co-hosting is Favor Aya, who likes to be called Favorites.
Thank you very much, PC.
You're very welcome. And now, like I promised, we'll bring you the word fact segments, the fun, educating part of the show. And like Favorite likes to say, get a notepad, get a pen, and write down some information. All right, so I'll take the first one. Russia has a whopping 11 time zones within the country. Yeah,
quite interesting.
11. So I can't go from one state to another using the same wristwatch time. I have to.
Yeah, you have to reset.
Wow. Okay.
Australia is wider than the moon. Oh.
Cheers to Australia.
Wow. That big?
Wide.
Oh.
The Vatican City is actually the smallest country in the world. Yeah, I think I knew of this one.
Really?
Yeah, they made a country at some points.
Very beautiful site.
Yep, got a lot of Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci stuff going on. I don't know.
There's only one country on Earth without mosquitoes, Iceland. Oh, really?
That's on my to-go list.
Ah.
I have to be there.
There are no mosquitoes there?
I mean, that's what it's saying. Are you asking me?
Oh.
The world's longest concert lasted 453 hours. What were they playing?
For how many days?
That's a lot.
The heaviest onion ever grown was 17 pounds.
Why is he carrying it like a baby? That's what I have issues with. It's onions. Do you know how
take
many
time
party
to-
jollof rice you cook without onion?
That's what you'd say. Just
Yeah,
like
thinking
human babies suck their thumbs. Oh wow. Baby elephants sometimes suck on their trunks.
Aww. Look how cute it looks.
And they wore a pink jacket.
Yeah, they wore a pink jacket with a teddy on top. Iceland grows 5 centimeters per year because of its moving tectonic plates. That's the same Iceland that they say there are no mosquitoes.
Do you understand?
Stay one place to Iceland.
The most expensive film ever made was Pirates of the Caribbean, which cost more than $375 million to create. You don't mean it. Wow.
Bees can sting other bees, usually if they feel threatened or are protecting their territory. Yeah, but the thing with their stinging is once they sting...
I don't understand what happens when they sting the other one.
Yeah, but once they sting...
They die?
Yeah, they die. They can only sting once. Because once they sting, that thing that does the stinging, I can't remember what it's called, detaches from them. You get?
Okay.
And once that detaches, the pain is excruciating. Well...
That's it on the show for today. Really big thanks to you for joining us, and we do hope you enjoyed every bit of the show from the entire segment. BC, I hope that was a great show.
Yeah, it was a great show. Thank you for joining us again, our lovely viewers. Shout out to everyone who made the show possible, the entire team, Black Drum TV, and beautiful people out there. Remember, wear a nose mask, don't drink and drive, and have a beautiful week, half of the week ahead. My name is Adebisi Pelumi, simply BC, signing out.
All right, yes, we're still halfway into the week. You still have a couple of days to make things right. We do hope you make so much money and have a productive week ahead. We'll see you again, same time, of course, on Friday. Have a lovely week. My name is Favor Aya, but I like to be called Favorite. Thank you.
Dun, dun, dun.